Good day to you. If you're just joining the mentorship program, I'll have to briefly introduce myself. If you already are in the mentorship program, you already know who I am. This recording is majorly for those who could not make it to the first FEB training class. So I did a recording, but I don't know why, but it became faulty at some point, and I honestly can't send that. So I'm having to make this a whole training again. Those who have been expecting this video, I'm sorry for the delay. I know today is Sunday and the deadline for submitting the assessment is today, but for the sake of the fact that I sent this video late, I'm going to extend it till Monday before the class starts, so that way everyone can, that's those who want to do the assessments can actually do them. So if you're just joining the program and you don't know who I am, I'm going to briefly introduce myself to you. My name is Lois Bassi, and for the period of this training program, for the period of this training in the FEB track, I'm going to be your trainer or your mentor. I am a software engineer. I do front-end web development and I do back-end web development. I've been actively programming for about 3 years now. I am more of a back-end developer than a front-end developer, and if you have any questions you want to ask me, my DM is always open. So if you're seeing this, it means you have already been added to the Google Classroom. So please make sure you understand how to use Google Classroom as well, because videos will not be sent, or recordings or assessments will not be sent in the channel. The channel will just be for notifications. It's going to be sent in the Google Classroom, and there is going to be a leaderboard, or like everybody is going to have scores that will be awarded to them depending on their performance. So for you to make it to the next class, you must perform your assessments. It's a must that you perform your assessments. Okay, so since that is set, I am going to proceed to what we spoke about. I'm going to proceed to what we spoke about. So we briefly looked at the course outline. I'm going to check for the link right now to the course outline. I'm currently not signed in to my account. Okay, currently connected. So I'm going to open up an incognito tab. Okay. So I can log into my account from here. Okay, just hold on. Let me log in. Send it. I still did not see it. Oopsies. Okay, signed in. So okay. 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 So what I'm trying to do is to get the link to the course outline from here. Okay. Okay. So I just need to copy this, bring it here. I can discard that. Okay, so I'm very sure everyone by now would already have the course outline for this track of the mentorship program. So this program is going to last for 3 months. We're going to be using Visual Studio Code, but you don't need to download it yet. I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about better. So at the end of the day, you'll be able to build a fully functional website and be hireable either as a full-time or a contract-based front-end web developer. We'll be learning HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. We'll be looking at how to use grids, flexboxes, and Bootstrap to deploy. We'll be looking at Git, GitHub, Netlify. We'll also be looking at Booty too, but that's just it. Then for week 1, we'll be looking at exploring the web, boxes, grids, and rows. We're looking at dev tools. We're looking at Git and GitHub. The exercise will be to create a file and push on GitHub, analyze the website in boxes. All of this we're going to do later. We're going to do it later. What we talked about majorly was we just explored the web, we looked at some rules, and then we looked at dev tools. We briefly looked at Git and GitHub. Yeah, we did. And week 2, we're going to look at HTML document structure, lots of HTML elements. We're going to look at images in HTML, and by the end of week 2, we'll be able to create an HTML text site. Week 3, we'll be looking at HTML5 videos. We're looking at HTML5 videos, HTML5 audio, forms, how to create forms, and all of that. So I'll just want you to check the course outline and just go through it. So during the course of the program, we'll touch every aspect of what's in the course outline. So I'm just going to go straight into what was taught the other day. So I'm going to open up GitHub. I'm sure everyone by now already has a GitHub account. I'm going to open up GitHub. I'm going to open up Buddy, your works. I'm going to open up freecodecamp.org. I'm going to open up w3schools.com. I'm going to open up Medium. Going to do all this. So if you check here to understand better, if you check this is the front-end beginner, I posted this. So this is what we'll be looking at for week 1. Basically what we touched: exploring the web, dev tools, Git and GitHub, and all of that. So I would always post the materials in the classroom. So I told us to create Medium accounts. So Medium is where different developers have where they upload their articles, but Medium is where developers can go and create your articles. So it's like a blog platform that developers can make good use of. So as a developer, part of what you're going to be doing is to write technical articles. When you write the technical articles, it's good you post them or you put them up on the site, and Medium is a very good site for you to do that on. I'm going to search for a tech topic. Let's see if I can search for a tech topic. Let's go back and see if I can search for a tech. Okay, programming. Here there are lots of topics. Or let's click on this. So we'll be looking at how to write technical articles. We'll be looking at how to write technical articles and how to write technical articles. And you can get claps on your articles, you can get comments, you can even share it from here. So Medium is very cool to write developer stories. It is. So it's part of the reasons why I made everyone create a Medium account. Then the other one we'll be looking at is W3Schools. W3Schools is very, very good as you're beginning in programming, front-end web development. You can use W3Schools to learn basically anything you want to learn that's basic in programming, and you can even get certified at the end of the day. They give you certificates. So W3Schools here, you can learn HTML, which is what we're looking at too. You can learn CSS, Bootstrap, lots of things you can learn. And W3 Schools gives you assessments to run. So for the assessments you run, they give you exercises at the end of each topic. So there are plenty topics. You see, there are plenty topics in HTML. So on your own, you can access W3 Schools and see what you can learn from there. Even though that's just on your own, but for the period of the program, we would definitely be using W3 Schools. Using it. Another one we'll be looking at is Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is similar to W3 Schools. You can have your verification. You can have verified certificates in lots of courses in programming. Yeah, and like W3 Schools, Free Code Camp is just like that. It gives you assessments, so you can train you. Free Code Camp can train you the same way W3 Schools will. Then Buddy, which is the account I told everyone to create for Buddy, is going to help you with deployment. I really love the design of Buddy anyways. Buddy is going to help you with deployment. So Buddy, when you create your site, yeah, you need to be able to push it to a live server. So to push it to a live server, you need a pipeline. So Buddy helps you with creating that pipeline for you to be able to push your site to a live server. W3 Schools that you're seeing here is hosted on a live server. Free Code Camp is hosted on a live server. Medium.com is hosted on a live server. Yeah. So for you to push your code to a live server, you need a gateway. Now, Buddy helps you as that gateway to pick your code from your laptop and push it to the live server in a matter of seconds. 12 seconds of average deployment time. In programming, we call it deployment. When you want to push your code to a live server, we call it deployment, and it pushes it fast. Buddy picks your code from GitHub. So we are going to migrate to GitHub next. So GitHub is where you go to put your code in the cloud. As a developer, it is bad practice to have, wow, I love this. I really love this design. Maybe we'll create something like this. Wow, this is pretty cool. Maybe we'll make something like this at the end of the 3 months. This is pretty cool. I really love this. I really love this. So as I was saying, as a developer, it is bad practice for your code to be just on your laptop. You need to have a backup. Even though you work locally on your laptop to run your code and everything, you need to have it online. Now, online, let me see if there is a project I can just check. Online, where you can host your code on. Wow, I really love this UI, honestly. I'm in love with this. Ooh. There are lots of developers that use. You would hardly see a developer that has not heard of GitHub. Even when you are about applying for a job, most companies will ask you for your GitHub link. They want to see your profile and see what you've done. Okay, this is my this is my GitHub. This is my GitHub repo. There are lots of projects I've worked on, and you get to see it here. So people get to see how many commits I've made, how many repositories I have. So you can just see my code straight from here. For example, something like this. You can see the code here. You can even get someone's code and copy it to your own end, and anybody anywhere can run your code. So it is just easy. So even if you are not with your laptop and you want to show somebody that this is what I've done, you can just tell the person to go to your GitHub repo, check a particular repo that you've named. Repo is short form for repository. So check the repo you've created and just download the code. From here, I can always come here. can always just come here and download, and if I download it, I can run this whole thing here on my laptop. So if I come here and I just, let me just show you guys an example. If I come here and I download this, start download. Okay, so when it finishes downloading, I'll just show you guys the content and how it's very easy for me to just pick the information from there. So it's downloaded. I'm going to check the downloads. I'm going to check the downloads folder for it. Let's see. I hope this video doesn't cut. I just hope it doesn't cut. Blog stories, project master, extract files here, and if I run this here, I get to see the code. So this is very cool actually. This is what one of my people I have trained created. So yep, her name is Precious and she's very cool. So so that's the good thing about GitHub. You can push your code, anybody can download it and run your code and see it. And you can choose to make your code private. Say you're working for a company and you don't want you're pushing the company's code to GitHub and you don't want people to see it, you can make it private. We're going to look at that later on. Another good thing you use GitHub to do is collaboration. So say you work in a company that has up to 10 developers and you're working on a project, you can create multiple branches. Yeah, I can create a branch here, for example, named Precious. Let's see. I'm trying to create a branch here. How about I do it on another project? Let's see. This is just a testing repository I created. So I already have a branch called master and readme.edit. So if I create a branch called Precious, I should be able. Oh, sorry, I can't because I'm not signed in. This is not my. I'm not signed in because I've not signed in. I can't make any changes. But from here, I can. If I was actually logged in, I can make changes to my. I can make changes. I can just add branches. So I can add. Say we are 10. I can just add 10 people. And what it's going to do is they are going to have each of them will have a copy of the project and they can work on it separately. And we can see the changes that everybody has made. So that's just it about GitHub, and you can use GitHub too for version controls. If you have different versions of your app, you can use GitHub to keep track of them and make sure they don't get lost or missing. What else? Okay, we looked at W, Schools, Cam. Okay, now the last one we are looking at is DevTools, which is basically what we're here for. If you notice, lots of people are sending screenshots into the channel, screenshots of the site, they changed colors. So I'm going to explain what DevTools are. So on any site you go to, if you right click on your laptop, I'm going to assume everybody, as you're watching this, you already have a laptop. I'm just going to assume. Please, if you don't have, you need to get one. If you right click on any section of any website you go to, please make sure you're using a Chrome, not a Safari, because Safari doesn't have this. A Chrome a Microsoft Edge, a Firefox. Yeah, you can do all of this. You scroll down to inspect. There is always an inspect for every site you go to. Now when you click on inspect, this is what shows up. Now this whole thing that you see here that shows up is what we call dev tools, short form for developer tools. Dev is short for developer. So developer tools will show up. Now you have a lot of options. Let me zoom this in so you can see better. So if you click on this three dotted icon here, you can choose how it's going to show. You can choose if you want it to dock to the right, it will come here. You can choose let's see what we can do here. The video line is blocking it. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Still the same thing. Okay. Yeah. So I can dock to the left. Sorry about that. It was because of the recording. You can dock to the left if you want. You can dock. You can change it to be another page, a separate window. You can put at the bottom. I like it to be at the bottom anyways. Preference. So from here you can tweak a lot of things. So for everything I hover on, you see the color changes. Now if you notice, the beginning of the code of this page has HTML in it, the ending has HTML in it, for you to know that this is an HTML document. And whatever you see on the right side here has to do with your styling, what makes it look good the way it is. We have the HTML, we have the head, we have the body. And if you see, if I hover on the body, the whole page is highlighted. If I hover on the body, there is a part for footer, which I'm going to show you. I'm not feeling so good. So if you check the footer, you see this is where the footer starts here. This is where it starts, and if you look at it, this is the footer of the site. So all in all, you can use DevTools to do lots of things. You can use it to tweak your code and all of that. So I'm going to give an example of how you can use DevTools to tweak your code. So here, if you click on body, I click on body, and you come to this section, you come to the right. Please come to the right. Where you have this element or style, please look at my mouse. Where you have element or style here, you tap inside. Then you type in background, for example. There are different CSS styles. Background, and you say red. It's going to change to red, but it's not going to change it yet because something is overriding it. Please, whatever I'm doing here, you don't need to understand. You just need to know that this is what works. We are going to look at this much later. I'm just trying to show you the things you can use your DevTools to do. You can use it to tweak your code to see what works before you put it down, write it. For whatever thing I'm doing here, if I refresh this page, it's gone. So those just don't need to understand, just know that this is what I'm doing and this is what works. Okay. So if I double tap on light palette, I'll just make sure that I am already clicked on the body. Please make sure you're already clicked on the body. You double tap light palette and you press the backspace to delete. And you see that it changed the background for me. Let me refresh this page and show you why I did it again. So I came to where I had the body. Make sure I was clicked already on the body. Make sure you are clicked on the body. You click on the body for you to know the whole site is highlighted, the whole page is highlighted. You double tap light palette, then you press backspace to delete it. Yeah. Then you come to where you have element or style. Then you give it a background of your choosing, any color. I can choose to go with antique white, aqua, aquamarine, azure, different colors you can choose. So if you notice, this is what people were doing that is sent to the channel. So you're supposed to do this as your assessment. Just change the color, the background color, change it into 3 different colors of your choosing, and send the screenshots, not to the channel but to the Google Classroom. I believe for you to see this video, you're already in the Google Classroom. Background, I'm going to go with red, and you see it. So bright. Let's go with some Bollywood. This looks okay. So this is just basically what we spoke about. You can use DevTools to do lots of things. The sources here you can use to see all the codes that make up this page. So if I come here and I just click on any section here like this, I get to see all the code that is running this. So for people who clone sites, this is how you clone a site. You can just pick up the code from the browser. Network, you get to see the files that were loaded. You see it, you get to see it here. You get to see the JavaScript files. You get to see the CSS files. You get to see the images, which is what you see here. If you notice this guy's face here, where is his face? Here, see him. This is the person here, and this is it here. So there are like lots of things, lots and lots of things you can do with DevTools. So DevTools is very important. As a developer, you need to know how to use DevTools, and we'll look at how to use DevTools very much more in the program. You just need to, again, I'm going to refresh this and show you what you're supposed to do. There's a class called Light Palette in the body. Make sure you already clicked on the body. Where you have Light Palette, make sure you're on Free Code Camp, please. freecodecamp.org. Click on the light, double tap on Light Palette. You make sure you delete it, because if you don't delete the Light Palette and you just put a background, it's not going to run. There is a styling they've already put in place inside Light Palette that will not make anything you're adding here work. So for you to make sure your own works, you have to remove their own, and to remove their own, you need to remove the Light Palette. When you do this, everything shows the way you want it to. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me and I'll be right on to answer them. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm not feeling too good. Again, any questions, please just let me know. Thank you. Do have a very lovely day ahead of you.